Oh. How did he keep round two? Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say. Let me go. Let that pop.
Yep, we are live. Lovely.
Yeah. Hello everybody, welcome to Austria round 4 of House of Racing. You are joined by me and my co-commentator today, Helix.
Hello.
Looking forward to this race here. Bit of a short qualifying. Alright, who do you expect to be on pole then in today's race?
I mean, I think it's going to be a dry quali, so it could be Jordan on pole, but it could be a McLaren maybe.
I would expect a Jordan pole. He's by far one of the quickest. The championship is separated by 1 point, if I do believe, between Joshyboi and Jordan. But
Sure
Joshyboi's not racing today.
No. Yeah, he was the last one up to win back in Azerbaijan.
Alright, so
Now we wait for people to come out, and I think we have our first person
it's
coming
an
out now.
AlphaTauri. Yeah, it's the AlphaTauri of, I think it's
and
Goya.
Alfa Romeo to follow behind.
Yeah. Goya, first man out then. Everyone obviously heading on the softs, no medium set of radio people yet. I'd expect people to use their soft tyres, as Goya's going to let Marco through, so I'll go on board with him to see, because he'll be the first man to set a lap. Hainsey LFC, who is commentating, it's me, Ryan, and Helix, who normally does the GT, but is the standby as well for the F1, and it's co-commentator with me today, so I don't want to seem lonely.
Marco needs a good weekend here because he had multiple spins and potential crashes at Azerbaijan, so...
Yeah. Oh my god, Helix walking dub, absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Right, so first man out, first one doing his lap, Marco Angelo. Hainsey has asked, who do you think will win? Well, I think it'll be Jordan who'll get today's race win. What about you? Helix already said his, I believe. His was also Jordan. But it could be Chimp, the McLaren, as he said beforehand.
To be fair, it could also be Joshyboi because he was quite competitive last race.
Absolutely. It could be anyone's race, to be honest, because it's a wet race.
Enters to wets.
Yeah, I raced with Jordan. He's fucking fast, absolutely, mate. See, fastest, obviously, Marco's gonna have the fastest first sector. Decent.
Flag.
Look,
Probably
can he
just
get?
someone letting go.
Yeah, he needs a good second sector here to set himself up really nice for the final bit of a lap. Lifts off a bit, puts on the power, very good. Heading into the penultimate corner now.
Apparently, the Alpine of Zinc currently going through sector 2.
1 minute 6.69. That's a decent time. Who's gonna be
Zinc
next?
making it around the final corners. And Zinc will cross the line with a 1 minute 7.1.
That's decent.
Yep, P5 so far.
Amount of
Jono, what
DNF's
is
prediction. Ego has asked amount of DNF's predictions. I'm gonna go with a 4 people DNF today.
Ooh. It's a very interesting way of letting someone by. Zinc pulled over to the side of the track.
Yeah, 4.
So this is Chimp's first fast lap.
Joshyboi playing the fastest first sector there as I ride on board with him.
Yeah, it's got a good camera.
Yeah. decent by Josh. I think he's got a bit of traffic in his way though. So.
No movement from the Mercedes garage for Jordan at the moment.
That's the second sector. I think he's going to wait for the track evolution to come in so he can get more grip with that soft compound tyre.
Yeah, smart move.
It's a nice bit of traction there. Josh avoids the curves for their validation, and he's going to put in a 1 minute 5.124. Quickest so far.
Yeah.
Right, 13 minutes to go.
I mean, yeah, people need to make the most of these conditions because, you know, the race is going to be absolutely hectic for them.
Absolutely. Intermediate start to then a full wet. It's in the middle or might be towards the end. I'm not 100% sure.
I think it... Yeah, I'm not sure really. Have a bit of movement from the Alfa Romeo garage. And that is Marco coming out of the pits.
I think Jordan is now coming out the pit lane. Championship leader is out. Let's see what he can do. He's going to have to put in a stellar lap.
Just saw the pit lane camera, saw him come out. Gonna be very interesting what number racing number 44 can do.
Yeah.
Getting a good warm up of those tyres. We have a yellow flag. I'm pretty sure it's just letting someone by.
I've now Zink, who has run out of fuel on his final push lap. He's finally managed to put in a lap of a 1 minute 6.4. Alright. Not many people out on their laps now. All heading back in, refueling, getting new set of tyres on. And maybe a tiny tweak to our setup, maybe.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there's a very shiny silver car standing out without the rest. And he is about to start his fast lap.
With a very much said Lewis Hamilton designed helmet, it much looks like it. Let's see what he can do. Jordan out on his lap, heading into turn 1. He needs to get it absolutely bang on perfect if he wants to set himself up good, which he does. Heading up the little hill now, as I like to call it, a mini Eau Rouge type corner. Fastest sector 1.
That is turn 2.
Yeah. Sector 1, Jordan quickest in. Now see what he can do in sector 2. He might deal with some traffic in his way, but I think that'll find him no issue for him. And we have Nano, who has joined now. He's going to have an Alpine in his way, but he's going to move out of the way, off the track.
And Jordan just looks like he has all the grip in the world. Seems to be keeping it very clean.
Absolutely does. He's the fastest second sector. I think this is going to be, I reckon this is going to be a 1 minute 4. First person to hit it. Needs to keep it on track around here. Can't get it into close to the curb, which he doesn't. And it's going to be provisional pole for Jordan. Why is it? Oh!
It's P2.
It's P2. I reckon I was going. The person's got the 3 fastest sectors. He's P2 by a couple of hundredths.
I'm pretty sure when I went on that cockpit cam, I'm pretty sure he had a small lock-up going into that last corner. Very tiny one.
That must have cost him. I thought he was going to be the first person to head into the 1 minute 4s. As Joshyboi is now on his outlap. I think he has Roadrunner behind him, which he does.
Got a couple people who have come out now. AlphaTauri of Goya.
Right, let's see what Joshyboi can do. Can he get a response out of that? Can he go any quicker? With 9 minutes to go. Just joining us here, Joshyboi takes provisional pole so far. Jordan P2, Roadrunner P3. All after the validation with Joshyboi. He's going to want to get out of Roadrunner's way, which he does. Kensington needs to spawn. He's got an invalidation as well. Oh, just commentator's curse there. K1 went slightly wide there off turn 1, so needs to get a turn. He needs to get sector 2 off and running again to get a good one. Just about quicker in the first sector than his last lap. Shadow with a 1 minute 17. I think that's definitely definitely not the ideal lap he wants.
And that is
Goya.
the Red Bull of Shocker coming out of the pits now.
Roadrunner with the fastest second sector. Heading on to him now. What can he do in the third? He was 1/10 quicker when I went onto him. Very close to the curb, riding it. No mistake there. Is he going to be the first one? Oh, and he's got provisional pole now. That is close.
Wow.
That is very close. 50 hundredths, I should say.
The question is, can we break that 104 barrier?
Oh, I reckon we should, as Joshyboi is now heading on into his second lap. But he's got a bit of a problem there. He's got a Mercedes in his way. He's going to grab a bit of slipstream. Didn't have, looks like he had the greatest of first turns. And he's 1/10 down on his time, so he needs to definitely find it. He slows down. He's going to slow down now as Jordan heads his way out on his second lap. 7 minute 50 to go. This is going to be a close fight for pole. Chimp currently P6. He's doing his lap now.
Yeah, Kensington starts his.
Chimp slightly faster in sector 1 and his old time. It's going to have a bit of traffic in front of him. He's going to ask to get them out of the way. It's a good lap, the McLaren here, to definitely set himself up to probably a third row, second row, probably. But I think he'll just about break the first row.
I definitely think Zinc might have a bit of pace. I definitely think he hasn't been able to unlock it all yet.
Fastest second sector goes to Chimp. 3/10 up on his time. That is definitely fantastic.
We have an AlphaTauri respawn. If I'm not wrong, that is Goya.
And the Alfa Romeo just gets out the way, just in time. Oh, he goes wide. He keeps hold of it. He's not going to be in the 1 minute 4s. He's gone quicker, but that Alfa Romeo and him going off the track there slowed him down a lot. That's unfortunate for Chimp.
Yeah, very unlucky.
As there goes Shocker, goes past the second turning. Bit awkwardly, rode the curb a lot. Definitely going to slow him down into sector 1, which doesn't that much. 1/10.
And speaking of a driver who's about to finish sector 1, he's 700ths quicker, and that is Jordan.
He definitely needs to up the pace. It's a close between the front three there. Only attempts separating Jordan and Roadrunner, and only a couple of hundredths separating Jordan and Josh. So he's going to have the Red Bull and the McLaren in front of him. Oh, Jordan goes wide.
Oh, yeah.
That's in the validation. 6 minutes to go. I think he's got time to do another lap.
That's how he saves his tyres, really.
Yeah, he's going to come into the pits. Which he does.
Exactly.
Him, Shocker, and all coming to the pits. Jono, the only man out at the moment on an actual lap. Needs to get the second sector good. Not much ERS. This could be an in-lap, which I feel like it might be.
Jono and the Mercedes.
Yeah, I think this is an in-lap as his 7/10 down on his time, so should see him.
Had a small incident back in the Formula 2 race, had a spin in the McLaren.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah,
To see Roadrunner, currently provisional pole, looking like to get out his pit lane, and he has.
And Zinc coming through the last corner, now starting his fast lap.
I think Joshyboi come out as well. I think he is now on his last. I think these people now coming out are going to be on their last laps, assuming that that will be their last set of softs. Does they get free? Oh, good save by Marco. It's a great save.
Yeah, just had a look at that.
As Matty's down on his time, he can't improve on it in the first sector, as I say. Only man who hasn't set a lap yet is the AlphaTauri of its boy Alfie.
Actually, a decent pace in the F2 races. It's going to be interesting if he can actually set a decent lap.
Yeah.
And speaking of someone who could have decent pace,
Oh, Shadow
this is
3 times up on his time, goes wide, keeps it out on invalidation. So doing well there.
Zink goes through the last corner and he sets a 106.3. He's 1/10 quicker, but only goes P8.
And Shadow only goes 2 times quicker, but it's keeping him further away from Shocker. So Joshyboi goes slightly quicker in the first sector on his time. Don't think it's quick enough to be close to Shocker, even though it's close. Roadrunner, even though it's close between them two, and he has the Mercs in front of him. Jordan, who's on his outlap, and I think Jono, who might be giving a toe, possibly. They're both on an outlap to each other, so could see a bit of teamwork, dream work from the Mercs there. Joshyboi goes wide. He has to slow down to stop the validation. Yikes, he's got one more run. He has to save the ERS and the tyre wear.
One more opportunity. Gonna be very interesting what the Williams can do with such limited time.
It is. As Jordan gets underway, the two Mercs, as you see there behind, on their lap. I think that is a Ferrari. He might be a bit of a way. I don't think he's going to slow down between the pit lane.
Curves going into that first corner.
As Roadrunner goes even quicker and breaks the 1 minute 5 barrier. He goes to the 1 minute 4:9:30. So Jordan definitely now is going to have to want to up this pace.
Oh, he didn't go purple in the first, so he definitely needs to pick it up.
Pressure is on for the Merc here if he wants to get pole position today.
Cruising through turn 6, which is known for being deadly for Mercedes. More for Red Bull, but caused by Mercedes.
Absolutely. Jordan's going to have to get this bang on right if he wants to avoid a validation, which he does. Fastest second sector for on the board so far. He definitely would be loving that at the moment. He needs to get sector 3 bang on perfect if he wants to get into the 1 minute 4s and get professional pole in Austria.
This time he doesn't, and he will cross the line.
And he will still not. Oh, he's still slower. Still slower. Jono doesn't go that much quicker. He only goes up to P6.
Oh, and he spins.
He's into the wall.
And he loses his front wing.
That is Jordan's quali done for tonight in Austria. Not what the championship leader would want. Joshyboi doesn't seem like he saved all VRS. He's got 1 minute to go, so he's got one lap to do it all.
And Roadrunner, who seems to be starting his lap or ending it. Yep, starting it. Second
go is now Roadrunner. Definitely's got to give it all he's got.
Yeah, he's definitely pushing the limits. I could clearly
there's only one other driver now who can stop that pole position, and it is Joshyboi. He's 9/10 down on his time. Doesn't look like he can improve then.
In the first corner, he's a 10th down, so he has a lot of time to pick up.
Absolutely. It's going to be a close one here for pole position. Joshyboi needs to pick up the pace if he wants to get that pole position. Doesn't feel like it though. Looks slow heading out that corner there. And then sector 2. Lifting off a bit. Yeah. A little bit of a lift off. Fastest second sector though for Joshyboi. This could be a close one. Very close.
Because I definitely saw him pretty much pushing those limits, and now he's going to make it through the last corner. And what can he do? Doesn't make a mistake with the braking, and he will cross the line.
He's not on pole. It's close again. Only separated just by a 10th. Wow. I think that is your confirmed pole position then, Roadrunner. You can celebrate, my friend. He gets his first pole position of HOR Division 1.
Honestly, respect to that Heart, because that was an amazing lap.
That's it. Can Kensington find himself on the front row with Roadrunner, or is he going to stick with the second row?
And the Ferrari makes it around the final corner.
I think he's going to keep the second row there. Shadow, can he get himself on the second row? Bit of a lift off. Oh, goes wide, holds it though. Doesn't invalidate it. Car number 2. Definitely want to find some more speed in heading into sector 3. Is he going to put himself in the second row on the fresh set of softs compared to everyone else? He is going to find himself on the second row. The Alpine with a 4th place
Wow.
there.
Great job by
Wow.
Shadow. I definitely saw one of the
As
Alpines having decent pace.
Roadrunner celebrates his pole position. Deserved, mate.
Yeah. And deserved, yeah. Great job by him.
It's a very, very close quali and a very, very good quali to watch. Only a 10th separate the 2 front runners. Bring on the wet race, I suppose. Looking forward to that.
More bring on the
And that is Chimp getting a 5 grid place penalty. So that is him getting a P8 finish, dropping him down to P13. So K1A will be promoted up to P12. Marco will be P11, Matty up into P9, Zinc up to P8.
Yeah, that is definitely disappointing for the McLaren, and I'm sure he definitely didn't want that, but now he has to figure out a new strategy, a new way of getting up the grid and hopefully into positions that he will rather enjoy.
Absolutely. He's not the only person who's got a 5-place grid penalty. Kensington also has a 5 grid place penalty, so he will drop down to 10th. Wow, that puts Jono near his teammate. Wow, this could be interesting. This definitely shows a lot here who can keep it clean or not. So your pole position is Roadrunner. Starting with the front row with him is going to be Joshyboi. Jordan will be P3 alongside Shadow. Newly promoted up to P5 is Jono, the other Merc with Shocker up into P6. Chimp will be dropped down 5 positions, so Zinc will join him in P8 with Matty up into a P9 and Goya up to P10, and the rest will be decided from there. K1 and the Alfa Romeos will drop up a place.
A very slippery race of Austria.
Definitely. I'll be more intrigued who's going to pull that wet tyre trigger first. Obviously, they're all going to have the same engineer, so they're all going to get the same info and when they're going to be told. But who's going to be brave enough to either stick it out with the inters if it's towards the end, or who's going to have the smart strategy getting on the wet tyres and just going on the wets, sticking out.
Exactly, it's definitely going to be about the weather forecast, and it's definitely going to be predicting if it's going to be inters or wets, and then it's a challenge of when you switch.
Yeah, today's about strategy. It's not about whoever's the quickest, it's whoever got the best strat.
And definitely skill as well, because I'm not going to be surprised if I see some crashes here today.
Absolutely, there's going to be a spin or two. Let's hopefully pray turn 1 is clean, because it's going to be a tricky one. Right, 6 seconds to start. We're going to wait for the drivers to do their formational lap and then we can get underway.
Very exciting times here in Austria, here at the Red Bull Ring.
You see Roadrunner getting himself started off the line. As I thought, intermediate start for him.
Very interesting that the predicted strategy is inters to inters. Apparently that the prediction will be no wets at all.
That is interesting to see. But as we know, the weather forecast, it will get wetter. As I've just got the predicted pit stop strategy, inters to inters. So we know they'll get the intermediate period. So this will be shame to say. I'm just gonna know who's gonna be I just want to know who was gonna be the first person to pull on those wet tires when it gets that period, or who will stick it out on the inters.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting what the strategy will be. And I remember in Jordan pre-race was talking about how he was gonna set up his setup, because he was a bit confused if he was going to focus more on a dry quali or more on a wet race, and he apparently went more for it in the middle of both. Doesn't seem to have helped him because he starts P3.
Absolutely not. As we know, Jordan has done better and can do better. He's going to hope for a really good start heading into turn 1. Has to avoid all collisions if he wants to get out there alive. And I think definitely Kensington, we know his pace, we know he's quick. He's going to have to avoid everyone there in the middle of the pack in turn 1. That's going to be the struggle. They're all going to slow down here for the 2 drivers here, Nano and Itzy there. As they all line up now to put their cars on the grid. I will go and build a roadrunner as he is the front runner, setting himself there. Can he get the purple parking or green? As we see all these now sets up their way to get a bit of a wheel drift there. As he lines himself up to turn one.
He's going completely sideways.
And both of them doing some wheel spins and donuts. Nice Jono there, DSQ'd from the formation lap for not parking the right way. As we see Jordan now line up right, facing Joshyboi. Joshyboi facing Roadrunner. Roadrunner facing Joshyboi. As we wait for 5 red lights. 5 red lights. And away we go. Chimps get a drive-through penalty for a late start, an early start. And that is Shadow getting a brilliant start up to P2. Jordan getting up to P2 now. Wow, that's an eventful start. No crashes, thankfully. As I said, Kensington has to avoid it. He's up into P8. Zinc up to P7. Chimp up to P6. But as we know, he's had a legal start. He's going to have to serve a drive-through penalty within 3 laps.
Keep it into P1 as well, but we're going to see Jordan look for the overtake.
Yeah, this is not.
Hasn't got it, but he's going to get ERS.
He's got the ERS on him. He's going to use all of it. He's going to look to go around the outside. Think about the inside move. Ooh. Can we talk about Joshyboi? He has not got the start he wanted. He's going to be dropped down from P2 to P6. Not looking good as Jono getting overtaken by Chimp. Jono think to go round back of the inside of car 98 and 27. Couldn't find the move, but sure.
Definitely don't think Jono has to worry, especially with that drive-through penalty that Chimp has picked up.
Absolutely. But what a start by Shadow as he makes his way up from P4 to P3. Joshyboi, not the start he wanted, and now it's Chimp coming in the box to do his drive-through.
It's a waiting contest because now Jordan's got a really good slipstream and he's up into P1. Can he keep it going into turn 1?
I think he does.
Yes, he can. What
but
a move.
But Roadrunner just, yeah, it's kicked Zinc. Oh, I feel sorry for you there, mate. As Roadrunner goes back the inside and he gets the move done. This is an interesting fight for on lap 2 already.
Good to see how much pace a different driver has.
Okay, Zinc, you're running again. That's good to see. Good to see. You're up to P6 though. Your AI's doing pretty well, to be fair, mate.
If I'm not wrong, McLaren box, so now that's Chimp.
Yeah, he's going to find his way back into this now if he wants any chance of getting points. It's pretty close, to be honest, seeing this now.
Goyer in the Alpha Tauri making a move on Nano and the Red Bull, and he could also be making a move on the Alfa Romeo in the next half lap, maybe full lap.
Yeah, Goyer really needs to pick up the pace there if he wants to get past K1A. Marco Angelo is up to P8, that's very good from him. Let's see the positions. Yeah, most positions gained is defo Marco with Itzy. Not too bad. As Jono getting the fastest lap of the race. As Roadrunner still keeps hold of P1. But we're going to see Jordan get a good run into the little hill, into turn 2. Is he going to...
Which way will he block? He's going to block the inside. And JJ's going to stay behind. But will JJ get more grip than the Haas?
Which he doesn't, because the Haas is just pulling away more. And he's got the ERS advantage. Jordan's defo used all of his ERS into lap 3. And Roadrunner has decided to keep hold of his ERS and he's on 62%. So that's a huge advantage to play.
Something that's also interesting about Rain is because you don't have DRS, it's almost like ERS becomes a new strategy.
Yeah. Joshyboi is right behind the Alpine and Jono. He's definitely need to pick up the pace more in this wet weather conditions.
And as I said before, Red Bull now gets past Marco, and Ferrari of Kensington, if I'm not wrong, gets past the Red Bull of Schoffer. So a decent amount of moves happening in the late midfield.
Absolutely.
And it is Roadrunner who gets the fastest lap with a 1:14.858.
Shouldn't still right behind. He's collecting his ERS again, using it on this straight, but it doesn't do him the world of good. He's still. Whereas Jono is going to go and move for Shadow.
Yeah, and here comes the move.
Down the inside, and he gets it done. Can he defend the switchback though? He does slightly. Shadow's got a good run down off turn 1. He's going to fight him. He's going to think about the move in the inside now. Jono's going to have to defend the long way, and he's going to be the difficult way.
Around turn 6 again. No, we aren't, and it was clean, slightly contact with the front tyres, but it seems that Joshyboi is also starting to compete with that.
Yeah, he's picking up the pace more.
Yeah. And definitely seen some mistakes that Joshyboi made at the start of the race. He's starting to fix.
He's definitely picking up the pace. This Joshyboi definitely needs to get a move along if he wants to gain much more points as he possibly can on the ridden Joshyboi, who's not racing today, unfortunately. Would have been good to see the two championship protagonists fighting head to head, but never mind that. We've still got Jordan versus Roadrunner, who's managed to save all of his ERS, and he's still in the lead as Jordan's used basically half of his.
Got a better exit out of turn 1 as well, so he's going to get a massive advantage going into turn 3.
He is. But it's not
close enough.
Still close, yeah, he's not close enough to think about a move anytime soon.
We've got a yellow flag, and that is
Goya.
And it seems he's had a spin there. And
nice Chimp doing a move on Nano in the inside. Nano's gonna have to go the long way around, which he is, and Chimp gets it done. Very good overtake. Chimp making his way back into this race. Go on, son.
Now it's just up the pace for him because obviously that drive-through definitely affected his standings.
Yeah, it did as well.
And Nano just can't seem to get the right amount of grip. He's starting to lose a lot of time to Chimp now.
Josh also losing a lot of time, 1.2 seconds. I don't think this wet tyre conditions is his friend. Doesn't seem like he had the pace, and now his Shadow slightly going wide there, heading into penultimate corner, and it wide again, so Roadrunner again fastest lap, with Jordan right behind.
It definitely sees that Haas has more pace on the straights compared to the Mercedes.
Yeah.
And speaking of a battle behind the top two, we see the Alpine of Shadow and the Mercedes of Jono, who are about to go into
head
turn
to
3,
head. As Jono thinks about the move, and is he going to go for it? No, he isn't. He's going to be a bit more patient. He gets the better exit than the Alpine. Ooh, a bit wobbly there, bit of oversteer, but it doesn't mind him as he again gets the slipstream. ERS advantage. He's now going to think about the move down the inside. Is he going to leave room? Bit of contact made, but it's fine. I carry on still. Shadow still ahead.
Great defending.
And now Roadrunner has pulled out a second on Jordan. That's not looking good for him there, for Jordan. He definitely doesn't seem like he has the pace to be competitive enough with Roadrunner. Needed to get past him round at turn 1, and he didn't, and that's left him absolutely defenceless, and he needs Roadrunner to make mistakes if he wants to be within a race win contention. That is Matty getting a penalty, 3 seconds. Oh, a bit of more oversteer.
And he goes wide going into the second last corner, and then the Aston Martin going into the last, potentially getting a good slipstream on the Alfa Romeo of Marco. But just not close enough, it seems.
As Kensington is now going to have to, instead of a worry of attacking Zinc on the later laps, he's going to have to worry about defending Shocker. He's right behind him now, heading into, he's got the fastest first sector as well. You're right behind him, heading into turn 3. Can he get a better exit than him? Doesn't seem like he's lost a lot of time. Probably like 4 attempts there. That's
Shadow is trying to pull away from the Mercedes of Jono now, so it definitely seems that we're getting a bit of a podium pull away.
Absolutely. Just gotta double check there's something there. A second. Yeah. Okay.
It seems Roadrunner's just done better saving ERS, and he's got over 70% left compared to Jordan's 25% left.
Yeah. That's Jono still right behind the Alpine here. He needs to get the move along slightly.
If it was dry conditions, Jordan would barely be in DRS.
Absolutely, but I think he'll be more within a contention of a race win than Warren at a P2 finish.
Exactly. Can Jordan make it 3 wins? And oh, Timu has left.
And Jono, he's going to be right behind the Alpine. He could think about the move down the inside. I think he is this time. Making the Alpine think he's going to go for it. He doesn't. The Alpine is running outside. This time the Alpine gets the better traction than Jono. Jono's going to have to...
He's getting a good slipstream from the Alfa Romeo of Chimp. Is he going to think about going down the inside? Yes, he is.
That's
a
brilliant move. He
yes,
is. He could think about a double overtake here on the Aston Martin on the inside, and which he does. A double overtake on the 2 drivers. And Jono, that is Jono out. Jono is out of the race. I don't know what's happened there. I can see his car in the wall.
Yeah, I'm looking at the McLaren cockpit cam, and it seems he hit the wall just before going into turn 7.
That is a safety car then, as now, wow.
Now the pace slows down and almost resets, gives an opportunity for maybe people to pit early.
Yeah. Right, I'll be back in 1 second then, mate.
Yeah, do you think? Hello, stream. Right now it is Roadrunner of Haas currently in P1, followed by Jordan in the Mercedes, and it's been a close battle all this race, and it's continued to be. Going down to the back of field, obviously Jono is now DNF'd, and he's now finishing P15 guaranteed. Goya in the AlphaTauri P14. It is Red Bull and AlphaTauri Honda powertrains next to each other in P14 and P13, and actually it's a 3 Honda powertrain because it's P14, 13 and 12. And Kensington Swerver has left the session, and that may be an internet issue or not. And it seems the top 5 have now made the safety car, so now it slows down. And now this is the opportunity for drivers to maybe think about boxing. Their one opportunity to not lose as much time compared to if there wasn't a safety car. And even if there was a virtual safety car, they save around 14 seconds per lap. So, big advantages, not many losses. What will these drivers do on lap 9 of 36 here at the Austrian Grand Prix in these wet, horrible conditions? And drivers need to make sure to keep their tyres warm, because in these inters conditions they don't want to be overheated, but they also don't want to be too cold. And Goya in the AlphaTauri finally catches up to the Red Bull at very last place, so now everything has gone to net zero. Everything is back to an equal pace. Everyone is at very similar gaps, and everyone has a very similar, I guess, opportunity to get past. But it is the Haas of Roadrunner who has the best opportunity to get away the best, I guess. Going to be very interesting what the Mercedes of Jordan can do if he can pick up his 3rd win, and it seems the Red Bull of Shocker and Kensington swapping positions, and it seems the AI of the Ferrari is messing around, and now safety car comes in this lap. So, I understand I don't have control over stream camera, so hopefully you're looking at Roadrunner, but if so, I'm currently looking at the cockpit.
I am back, mate.
Safety car is in this lap, for your information.
Alrighty ho.
We're just currently looking at the cockpit cam of Roadrunner and what type of getaway he will get on Jordan, because one mistake and Jordan could very well win this race.
Absolutely. Roadrunner needs to keep everything perfect now from this safety car. The grid is backed up. Joshyboi, I feel like it's a bit safe from this now.
So when will Roadrunner click or put the
he's gone now.
to the medal?
It looks like he's got Jordan. He looks like he's got Jordan off guard. Maybe he has a bit.
Over a 5/10 gap.
That is Chimp making his way up the grid, up to P7.
Wow.
As Matty thinks about a move. He's
Going
defending
around the
there.
outside, and the tires bump, and K1 goes wide when the Alpha Tauri squeezes him, and that's
He's going to
Goya up
lose
into
nearly all
P11.
of his positions there. That is not good for K1,
Yeah,
as everyone is getting past. Everyone wants a piece of this Alfa Romeo.
yeah, it doesn't look like that was K1's fault, though. Definitely seems like contact from the Alpha Tauri. And goes
Yeah,
around the outside of It's Your Boy Alfie.
it's K1. Just about stays ahead. No, as that Itzy nicks ahead. He's up into
And will Madikop
P13.
go down the inside of Goya? Thinks about it, doesn't. He goes more for an outside line. It doesn't seem to help him, and that's Madikop in the gravel, and now back up onto the road.
It's going to allow the Alfa Romeo and the Alpha Tauri to get back on him. He's going to go forward to the inside move. Doesn't get able to. Around the outside. Oh, slightly off the track there. Matty's not having a good safety car restart. Absolutely not. Kensington all over Chimp. He's going to think about the move down the inside. Ooh, as he does. And it's Chimp going really wide. Bit of oversteer between the two. And now it happens there. Marco makes his way up to P7. As Kensington is dropping positions.
Yeah.
Jordan, side by side with Roadrunner. I've just gone to the perfect thingy. And Jordan's gone for the move. As Roadrunner's going to think about the inside now. Ooh, can Jordan get this bit of a switch back? No, bit of contact made. Madikut does box. He's the first man to box. On a new set of intermediate tyres. Now, is that the choice to go for, since we will be going to a wet tyre period?
Well, now the lever has been switched. Now it's up to other people's strategy. What will they do? Will they do opposite of the Aston Martin? Will they stick to their normal strategy? What will happen in the next couple of laps?
I think they're just going to have to stick it out until the wet period comes, as Jordan's all over the back of Roadrunner.
Right hard of the Red Bull. And Red Bull seem to have made that run. Oh! And that's a huge mistake from the McLaren, it seems, who went into the gravel.
Good, well safe though to keep on track, and he's gone wide.
He does it again, he's gone really wide.
That's allowed Kensington to get through, and as Chimp is in the pits, he is struggling on those Savinters. Now is Chimp retiring from the session.
Wow.
As Jordan does take the lead of the race again, but there goes Roadrunner, switching positions this side.
It seems once again. Wow. He's going to squeeze him, but will that give JJ the better opportunity? No, it doesn't.
Jordan just seems like he can't hold on into that lead for more than a corner. That doesn't do him good, as Roadrunner does keep it again.
Roadrunner is showing who is the boss of this championship.
Absolutely. Zinc goes wide. That's allowed Joshyboi to go past him. Joshyboi up to P4. Separating the two Alpines, who are having one of their best races so far this season. A P3, P5 so far.
And the Alpha Tauri is battling quite hard as well. It's your boy Alfie and Goya.
Absolutely. Is Jordan thinking about the move again? Don't think so. Jordan definitely needs to get in the lead.
On the Alfa Romeo. Kensington looking for something, but the Alfa Romeo of Marco squeezes the Ferrari out of any overtake, going into the last corner, and the Ferrari goes much closer to the white line.
This time Roadrunner holds off Jordan through turn 1. Jordan's going to get the best turn this time, and Jordan's going to take the lead of the race. Has the race finished for you, mate?
No. It seems you've had a little bit of a crash.
Well, it looks like I've had it, because the race seems like it's finished for me. Jesus. What?
I'll be the radio. So right now is Jordan and the Haas of Roadrunner going wheel to wheel, and they do touch wheels, and Jordan goes down the inside, and this is at turn 7. This is not at the normal corners. What will the Haas of Roadrunner finally be able to do? Is it finally moved set for the Mercedes? It seems it will, because the Haas is not gaining. Yeah, I don't know what's happened, mate. I'm just giving information.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's Shocker with a 3-second time penalty now.
Right, I am back. Sorry about that, guys.
Will he finally be able to get a move back on the Mercedes, and it doesn't seem he'll be able to do it through turn 1. Can he do it through turn 2 or 3? I'm guessing not turn 2, because that is just a kink. It seems Roadrunner's finally going to get the slipstream, and down the inside Roadrunner goes. He goes very wide, but Jordan sticks with the outside line, and Jordan gets more grip, and he stays ahead of Roadrunner.
But Roadrunner's using his ERS now, finally. Ooh.
Is he gonna go? Yeah, yes, Roadrunner's gonna go down the inside. He's gonna go.
But Jordan back at it.
Wow.
Wheel to wheel, these guys. Absolutely beautiful racing. This is what you love to see.
Yeah. Well, for anyone that missed out on that stream, this is pretty much identical to what happened last lap.
As Jordan now retakes the lead. He is now first place. He's managed to hold on to it. He's managed to take in the lead first time this race on lap 15. As Roadrunner needs to get a move, needs to now try get his position back.
And the AlphaTauri of P11 and P10 currently battling away. And it seems Goya seems to have made the move, but Alfa Romeo seems to have more grip on the exit.
And which he does, he's gonna get the move done down the inside. But Goya fights back. Goya gets a 3 second off the track. Bit of contact there made between the two.
Wow. Decent amount of moves there. It seems the AlphaTauri of Joshyboi Alfie's going to finally make a move on Goya. And he does. Wow. K1's had quite a lonely race right now, and Roadrunner back down into P2, but back up into P1, and these guys are fighting like no tomorrow. Wheel to wheel.
Shadow's just watching along here. He's just like, give me the front row seats for that. Crikey.
Like Ricardo at Abu Dhabi. 2021.
Yeah. Going around the outside, Jordan thinks about it. And there's now Roadrunner, who is now retaking the lead of this race. This is close. Oh, the rain definitely looks a bit heavier now here, heading into lap 16.
P8 to P10, you can see a massive battle between Red Bull and Ferrari.
Bit oversteer.
Massive overtakes, and the
he's the Red Bull, and he's hit into Nano. Wow. Marco has killed himself, and Nano, that is defo a safety car.
Wow, that is a safety car. Whoa,
Nano was just an innocent. Oh, he just went on it when he hit the wall, and he's just killed Nano. Yeah. Wow, Nano was just the innocent bystander into that one.
I know, yeah. I was able to see decent racing, and then that happened, and that is Matty Kopp with a drive-through penalty speeding under safety.
I just see the two cars there. I hope both drivers are okay in that situation.
Wow.
Crikey.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll be checked out at the medical centre. But when we get our second safety car, it is still Roadrunner in P1.
Yeah. I think we'll see new set Inters coming on now, because we're on 16 lap old of Inters, and we know they're not going to last towards the end.
Exactly, and a little fact people don't really know is that the more you drive on Inters, the more they become more like slicks.
Absolutely. Slick immediates. As I think we're going to see Roadrunner possibly coming in for his safe. That's a drive-through. Zink gets a drive-through penalty now on his thingies.
P4 to P6 is absolute chaos, and they do box. That is
Joshyboi taking the box. He's taking the opportunity to box now. I think this will do him the life of good on the new 7 intermediate tyres. Him and Zink.
What will Roadrunner do? Will they now box?
That's a good pit stop by the Williams team there and the Alpine team.
Alpine as well, yeah.
The Red Bull takes the opportunity to box within Shocker. So does the Alfa Romeo coming into the box now to set his lap time.
To be fair, the Ferrari of Kensington could get past here, and he does get past one person. Wow.
That's a good pit stop by the Alfa Romeo team. I think they're happy with that one. Hang on a second. Is Jordan in first? Why is Jordan in first? I swear he was second.
I'm not sure. It could have been. I think it could have been them trading positions, maybe. But to be fair, Roadrunner is giving back position, and this is very weird. And it seems Jordan, under FIA law, has given Jordan the lead. Wow.
Wow, indeed, mate. Kensington and Alpha are AI, just so you know, lol. Kensington and Alpha are in AI. Okay, good to know. Cheers, Josh.
definitely going to be a bit of a penalty if they continue to stay in there, because I know for a while Alfie has been in there for at least 10 laps. But to be fair, Alfie disconnected a while ago, but he never reconnected. And people box, that's Goya in the pits, that's you see Zinc in the pits. Alright, so the Alpine of Zinc does come in, very nice and tidy. And that is the Alpha Tauri, who just stays ahead of the Alpine.
Alright, back in 1 minute again, mate. Charge these, I transfer a little bit.
And the Alfa Romeo, is he going to make the move on the people who have boxed? And he does, wow. It's very interesting because both Jordan, Roadrunner, X-Shadow, Kensington, Joshyboi, Alfie all have to box still. All of them still have to at least pick once. It's going to be very, very interesting. So I guess under some type of FIA law, which I don't really see as fair, Jordan now takes the lead under safety car conditions, and though I definitely see it as Roadrunner in P1, the in-game FIA can be a little buggy at times. And it's all started to calm down. Who will box? Will anyone box? No, it doesn't seem like it. And no, no one boxes. We stay equal, even. Still 5 people who need to head into the pit lane at some point soon. And if they don't do it soon, they're going to continue to ruin their strategy. And will the Aston Martin of Matikop, or if I'm not wrong, I forgot his name, but Matikop needs to catch up. He's done 2 pit stops, plus, if I'm not wrong, has a drive-through penalty, at least a 3-second time penalty, and he's the only one that hasn't caught up to the rest of the field so far. So it is Jordan who leads, Roadrunner in P2, it is P3 with Shadow, that locks out the podium. Joshyboi, who's been pretty competitive but hasn't been able to get anywhere near that P2 or P1 shiny positions, in P4. Kensington in the Ferrari P5. It is Joshyboi Alfie, who continues to be an AI. That is nearly 15 laps that he's been in AI. And once again, safety car comes in this lap. And now,
Right, I'm back.
of Ruben, it seems you choose your timings perfectly because safety car is in this lap.
What can I say, eh?
And something I realised is Matikop has not been able to catch up to the field, and he only has a couple of corners to do so.
Yeah.
And it seems he will, but he will do it barely.
I think Joshyboi now, Josh, is gonna have the best run out of people on the free, as he is on the new set of incidents. I've been reading the chat. Nate Smith has said Jordan about to make it 3 wins of the season. I think so, but Roadrunner's been all over him this race. I'll definitely think he's gonna be the challenger.
Press his foot on that pedal. When will he go? When will he say it's time to race again?
And now it seems like he has now.
He's done it. Yep. And into the first corner, it doesn't seem Jordan's benefit has happened, because now Roadrunner is starting to gain into turn 1. It seems Jordan had a much better exit, but it seems Roadrunner's got slightly more ERS.
Yet again, these two coming wheel to wheel heading into the first corner. Yeah. He gets ahead. And that's going to allow Shadow to get through. He's up into P2 now. Shadow in P2, securing his podium finish even more. But Jordan's going to say, no thank you, you're not having any time days of the week, son. And he's to P2 again.
Past the P11 of AlphaTauri Goya.
Wait, Shadow is wanting this P2, and they made contact! And they've made the championship leader has made contact. That's going to allow Joshyboi go round the outside and take P2. As there's still wheel action as well.
What is happening?
As Jordan now gets ahead, he's up to P3.
Shocker
As
into P4
Shocker
and
takes
Shadow.
B4. Past Shadow,
What?
Shocker. Oh wow, I think Jordan, that's slightly a bit of Jordan's mistake there. That's
And
a
there's
bit of
multiple
both.
people coming into the pits now. It
Yeah, as
seems
they're
that
boxing from lap 20.
and it seems maybe the 4, maybe 5 drivers who haven't pit. No, it's the 3 drivers who haven't pit is now boxing
And
now.
Sink's got to serve a drive-through penalty as well, so he's just going to have to drive all the way through the pit lane. Not realising.
Just watching his friends.
As now that's Roadrunner now securing his lead of the race.
And look at Shocker, he may be getting a decent amount of run through on the Mercedes of Jordan.
He is
And it has
on a
not
fresher
gone well.
sets, intermediate tyres as well, compared to those grainy 21 lap old Inters. He needs to pick up the pace slightly more.
Roadrunner still needs to box, Jordan still needs to box, and Shadow still needs to
Needs to
box.
box, absolutely.
And this has not gone well for Jordan. The Alpine screwing it up, causing a huge collision. And it doesn't seem he got front wing damage, but it definitely has damaged his chance at a win.
It does. He's still not out of it yet. There still could be another safety car to come to bring him right back into this. And Joshyboi has found the speed. Josh has found the speed he's been hoping for a very long time in this race, as he is 7 attempts behind Roadrunner. He's been pretty much in control of this race most of the time. Fastest lap.
On those fresh tyres is going to have a massive advantage in the next couple of corners. It's when he can pull that trigger and finally make the overtake.
Absolutely. He's got tyre advantage, so he needs to make the most of it before the wet period comes in here more. Lighter rain it does looking like now on the screen, so looks good in my opinion, but wow.
It seems instead of getting wetter, it's getting drier. Maybe we may actually see slicks in this race.
Possibly.
There's a low chance, but it could happen.
It's Josh 5 attempts behind.
Yeah, even if Jenga doesn't make this move, Roadrunner still has to box just like Jordan.
Yeah, they're not going to manage to bring these Inters to the end, and if they do, that's a bit... Obviously, I'm in the wet race, so I don't think the tyre rule applies, but they have to swap tyres.
No, they don't have to swap, and that is Shadow getting a 3-second time penalty, plus he still has to box as well, and Roadrunner just is being arrogant, still isn't going into the pits.
You can see he's struggling. You can see he is struggling there, as Joshyboi is going to do round going in the inside of him. And he gets past.
Oh, what a move. We say that, but look at Jordan, who's now gone fastest overall.
He's definitely picking up this piece.
Pace out of nowhere.
And the inside move, a particular favourite from Roadrunner in this corner. And he gets it done comfortably. As we can't count out Jordan now, as he is back in the hunt for this win.
It definitely seems the fighting of the Williams and Haas is definitely affecting the gap between that Mercedes. Going into turn
Josh
6,
thinking about the round the outside.
Yeah. No move is made. Are they going to make it in the next couple of corners? It seems it's going to be safe.
Let's see. Yeah. Those tyres definitely got to be near puncture range by now, surely. But definitely about 60 to 50% tyre wear by now.
Roadrunner needs to box at some point soon, and he just doesn't. Does Jordan do it? No, he doesn't.
I think they know something that we don't, and it's gonna either get wetter or drier. And I think it's gonna get wetter. They're holding off into the wet period.
To be fair, I'll be honest. I'm seeing a bit of aquaplaning on the runoff areas.
Absolutely, you can see a bit of puddles around a lot of the track. It's definitely getting wetter. As you can see, the rain is falling hard.
Oh, but he's just not getting close enough. Is it getting... I mean, to be fair, visually it looks like it's getting drier, but when you look around the track, it looks like it's getting wetter.
Well, absolutely. That's Goya making himself up into P6.
Yep, and Alfa Romeo really struggling at that turn 3 corner. Just really couldn't get on the power at all.
That's Joshyboi going slightly wide onto the grass. That's not going to help him fight against someone like Jordan.
Definitely going to help him spin, especially on into tyres.
Gets a great exit though.
Yep. He's not going to be able to make the move now, but is he going to make it going into turn 1 like he did last lap? And he definitely has the patience, but remember, Roadrunner still has to box.
Absolutely, and we know he's going to get the better exit always. This Joshyboi is on the triple of the tyre where he has.
Getting and that's Goya with a 3-second time penalty. I'm pretty sure that makes
that's a good exit. Almost loses it though, Josh. That's going to allow Jordan to get the inside. He's going to stick right behind him. He's going to bum ride him. He's going to go down the inside. She does. It's going to leave Josh in the dead, and which he is, but Josh is not going to give up the position. He's not going to give it up anytime soon.
What battling have we witnessed here at Austria? Whoa. And down the inside goes Jordan. Will Django be able to get a switch back?
As we have 10 laps to go here in Austria.
And Jenga's forced onto the grass, and that has to concede in position, so Jordan back up into P2. But
so the hunt for P1 is on.
Yeah, well,
and he's gaining time massively.
It's going to be interesting because both of P1 and P2 still have to box. Will this be their opportunity, or if they box?
Great racing between Josh and Jordan, absolutely, nay. It's beautiful racing between them two. As we saw, beautiful racing between Jordan and Roda. And that is Jordan almost losing it. That's going to drop him down to P4, and Shocker gets his way up into a podium position.
What is happening? And Shocker in the Red Bull.
Those tyres aren't doing him good. And that is an AlphaTauri in the wall.
That's Goya.
That's going to leave him in the dead.
And that's going to be the Alpine of Zinc getting past with no issue. Is it going to be the Aston Martin as well? No, just too
a Shocker goes down the inside of Joshyboi. He's going to now take P2, but the tyre clanging. Bit wide. That's going to allow Jordan back through on Josh. Josh now he's going to have a good. Jordan's going to have a great run on these two. And that is Zinc.
Zinc is out.
That's bringing out the safety car, and that means who's ahead? I think Jordan was just ahead of Josh before the safety car come out.
And that's the what has happened?
And that might just save Jordan and Roadrunner pit stop, but could leave the wet rain coming into now even quicker.
Yeah, and it definitely seems that those tyres of Jordan are dying because from P1 or P2 down to P3 again. Wow.
Yeah, as Singh just said, he has lost it. I feel so sad for you, mate. You were running a good race and that. It's unlucky. Yeah. Very unlucky.
I mean, currently...
There we go. We're seeing them boxing now.
Yep. This may honestly see Joshyboi take the lead in the championship if he can get high enough position.
Yeah, I mean, now they're boxing for the new Inters, and I think... They're a couple of laps too late for this because now they're going to be right behind, back of the pack. To be honest,
especially with the rest of the pack starting to catch up now. And
we're going to see the first two wet runners here. It's Roadrunner and Joshyboi, and Jordan's on Inters.
Whoa! And it definitely seems that the radio messages of Mark, who is the global radio for everyone in the F1 cars.
Everyone else has gone with Inters, apart from 2 people have gone with wet tyres. I don't know. I don't know who's pulled out the right strategy here, Jordan or Roadrunner, Josh.
Yeah, Joshyboi on the wets as well as Roadrunner. Roadrunner, who was your race leader. So maybe some type of race engineer said that wets may be quicker, just by like another 10th or 2.
This will be very interesting now.
I'm seeing an increase in rain, and I'm seeing an increase in puddles in aquaplaning, and this could be a decent strategy by the Haas and by the Williams.
If you go on that Red Bull, it's a very wet Red Bull, I must say, at this point.
Yeah.
Inter's good for now, but it's getting wetter. It absolutely is now. It is getting wetter as we go on, and the safety car's not going to help these intermediate runners.
No. But now it's the choice. Are intermediates gonna box? And I guess our prediction of if it's gonna get drier did not come true. It's getting wetter.
And Jordan's gonna stick with it. He's gonna stick with it for now. On the Inters, he might just go with it.
True. I mean, it depends. Is the wet weather gonna stay until the end, or is it gonna stay for a couple of laps? Because if it stays for an entire rest of the race, this may be suicide for his race win.
Absolutely. I mean, all we know is K1A has probably got the best strategy out of them all. Because he doesn't have a 3-second penalty. If it's still the inter period is good enough, he will stay in a race winning position.
This is no commentator bias, but respect to him. He's a part of the grid racing, my racing team, so he's doing us proud. But yeah, Red Bull, Shocker, who actually has a 3-second time penalty if I'm not wrong. Maybe 6 seconds if he had another 3 seconds, I'm not sure. 100%, I'm sure I can figure that out.
Yeah, and guys, if you've missed any racing action, the race will be put onto YouTube later on today by Josh. So,
of course. Make sure to subscribe.
Absolutely.
Leave the notification bell on. And that is safety car coming in this lap.
As Shocker will be the first man leading his first lap of this race.
I mean, even though Jenga's on wet condition tyres, he has a 3-second time penalty, and to be fair, K1 has a great opportunity here because Shocker has a 3-second time penalty.
Wow, I'm looking at Joshyboi. It definitely looks wetter as it does now.
And to be fair, K1 and Shocker on exactly the same lap tyres here. 11 laps for the both of them.
Yeah.
So
we'll definitely see.
K1. Oh, and he goes early. Shocker goes really early, and what will he be able to do?
Yeah, wet tyres look like the best tyres, as you can see. Roadrunner getting a good run on K1A. Down the inside he goes.
Oh,
hits the yellow curve.
K1 going wide, and that is Roadrunner. Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah. Domination, it seems, from the Haas. And
that is Joshyboi. That is Josh getting through the two. Shocker needs to set himself up to defend for the next 6 laps.
Oh, but down the inside goes Jordan, and he's kind of
Roadrunner.
Blind.
And Roadrunner gets into the lead. I think wet tyres are the tyre, and I think Joshyboi and Roadrunner made the best choice to go on the wet tyres, leaving the injured people on for dead. Down the inside, Joshyboi goes, and he gets the move done, leaves him for dead. Jordan seeming like the best person on his intermediate tyres, but it's not gonna do him the world of good. Absolutely not.
Aston Martin battling away with the AlphaTauris and Alfa Romeos, and now it's your boy Alfie constantly falling.
Making contact is Matty and Goya. Matty and Goya making top contact there. Yikes.
And that has been a bad
as Shocker is defending like hell against Jordan. They keep him behind as best he can. He won't hold on to that P3, as Jordan will get it, but
good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck to you then, mate. As
and Matty gets a 5-second time penalty.
As Jordan finally gets past, he needs now going to move along. 2.1 seconds is the gap between him and Joshyboi.
I mean, let's be honest though, he's never gonna catch Jenga or Road unless he does switch to those.
Oh, and contact's been made again! Oh, Shocker has ruined Jordan even more. That's dropped him down to P6. That was the Red Bull, and that's Shadow making himself back onto a podium for a P3. The championship leader is having a bad race here in Austria. Chaos in Austria for him. That's Matty now on the wet tyres, as Jordan now gets past K1. K1's defending like a lion against him though. Round the outside goes Jordan, and he gets the move done.
Yes, and that is Jordan past K1 with not too much issue.
Roadrunner just needs to keep this on track now, and he's got his race win to his name. Yep. And Joshyboi's going to keep P2. And probably get P2 in the championship. Heck, could be even P1 in the championship at this rate. If he can just find a bit more pace in this race.
Wrong, safety cars can't come in on this game after 3 laps. When there's 3 laps remaining, sorry.
Yeah, they cannot.
They have 1 lap to cause the safety car. Otherwise, it's just home run for the Haas most likely.
Absolutely. As Joshyboi now finding the time towards Roadrunner ever more slightly.
The Aston Martin of Matty Cop goes on to wet compounds, but it may be way too late with only 4 laps remaining.
I think it's just too late for him to do anything there.
And respect for Roadrunner, because wow, what an effort Joshyboi has put in.
Absolutely. The race is not done yet between these respected drivers 5/10 separates them as they both go ahead for the next final 3 laps.
He's currently fighting with the Ferraris and Alfa Romeo K1.
Haas will have won F1 and F2 today. Nice. Yeah, I think they would have.
Yep. And that is now the Ferrari getting a really good slipstream on K1. Will Kensington make the move stick down the inside? Maybe no. And it's definitely wet conditions. I can see those clouds really starting to fog up. And you
See
can
the rain
tell
trickling
by the
down.
gap and yellow flag.
Yellow flag, that's an Alpha Tauri. And he looks like he's stuck.
He's stuck on he's stuck on one of the curbs and he's finally out.
He's got himself out of the pickle there.
AI, by the way.
That's Jordan. He was yellow flags for Jordan again. I think he's struggling on those intermediates. They were not the right time for him to be on them, and I don't know why he's gone on them. Must have been a mistake. It must have been a mistake for him to be on them.
Yeah, must have been. And that strategy really hasn't worked out. We definitely thought Jordan would have the perfect strategy, the perfect start, the perfect lap for pole, but none of it has happened.
Well, it's all gone wrong for the Merc. It's all gone right for the Haas. Roadrunner has got 3 more laps. That is, ooh, Josh almost loses it there, but it took a bit too much curb. But he saves it, and he carries on. Both of these drivers just need to keep it on track now. Shadow will be coming to get a P3 in this race.
Potentially. Shadow can still make a mistake, so can Roadrunner, so can Jenga. Right now, if I'm not wrong, Joshyboi will take the lead in the championship standings.
Yeah.
And Roadrunner finally picking up some decent points, getting 25 points on the board.
And his first maiden win as well in HOR Division 1.
Yep, Goya with the fastest lap with a 1:13.7, so right now, no fastest laps for the top teams.
Ooh, looking close. We've got 2 more laps to go.
And Roadrunner and the Haas, and there's a decent amount of fighting here between the Alpha Tauri and the Alfa Romeo. It seems Goya is starting to struggle on those intermediates in clear, wet conditions, and you can tell by the amount of rain.
Jordan, by the way, has now got past Shocker. Finally, he now need to pick up the pace. I think it's a bit too late for him. It's a bit too far back to challenge Shadow. He just needs to find 3 seconds though, if he can.
I mean,
almost spins. He saves it. He's struggling on those inters. He is absolutely struggling. Has to go allow Shocker to get right back behind him. Go for a move down the inside. Which is more contact made. And that is hit. Shocker gets hit out of the way, and he's now going to be dropping down like flies. That's going to be Kensington up into P5 and K1 up to P6. Goya right behind. He's now going to try everything he can.
That is now a 9-second time penalty for Shocker, and Roadrunner is dominating so far. I mean, not really, because it's still an 8/10 gap to Joshyboi, but it just seems Joshyboi doesn't have the pace to catch.
Yeah, that's right on the penultimate lap.
The Red Bull ring having a horrible time down to P8.
As we are on the penultimate lap, heading to the last lap. As we see very much closer for Roadrunner's maiden win. He's got his maiden pole. He looks like he's going to get his maiden win. The Hasses have stormed this weekend, taking P1 in Austria, in F2 and F1 so far as we head on to the last lap.
One more lap. And honestly, respect to the Haas, because, respect to the Hasses, a win in F2, a win in F1, and there's nothing else to say except really good job from the team over from America.
Pure domination. The Americans are going to be happy with this.
But look at Joshyboi. He's catched around maybe 3/10 this lap, and
he
he's
is
trying to lose time.
8/10.
It's just, it doesn't seem too close, and plus Joshyboi has a 3-second time penalty as well.
Absolutely is.
Oh, and we've got a yellow flag, and that's
Goya in the wall again. I think these people are now struggling on these intermediates.
Yep, and Goya's nearly in the wall again, and this almost feels like a cooldown lap for Roadrunner. It's so easy.
It is. I'm not going to say Shocker's going to get his maiden podium as well for P3 at the moment of time.
Great job until it wasn't, but unfortunate it happens in racing. So,
Absolutely.
the Haas of Roadrunner makes it around the final corners. And he will see the checkered flag in P1 with over a second to Joshyboi.
Yes,
So
he
here
is.
at the Red Bull Ring, he's
It's
going to make it around the final
it's
corner.
Roadrunner's day. He is uncatchable. He is going to take P1
Swerving left and right. It is
for his
Roadrunner
maiden
who
win.
finishes.
And Joshyboi is going to take that P2 finish and probably the championship lead, if we are
And great
correct.
job there. And then there is the
Absolutely.
Mercedes.
And
of
Shadow
P4.
takes his maiden podium in
Yes.
Formula 1 Division 1 in
And limping
HOR.
home is the
And it's
Mercedes
Jordan.
of Jordan. Wow, and it has been a disappointing race for the Mercedes for
And
sure.
Kensington will take that P5 finish in K1. Will take P6 for the Alfa Romeo.
Yes, the grid racing thing.
And Shotcut takes P7.
9-second time penalty. He still finished P7 because of Medicop having an 11-second time penalty. And that
Well
is
done
race
to
over.
all.
Congratulations to Roadrunner, who picks up his maiden win here at Austria.
Yeah, he gets his maiden win, maiden pole position as well as. You've got to give it to him. He has been fantastic. He's going to be... So who are you going to give driver to the day then, Helix?
I think driver of the day, even though Jordan had a bit of a disappointing race at the end, he was very close and very competitive, and so my driver of the day is JJ or Lancer or Jordan.
That is good. I'm going to have to give it to Joshyboi. He made the right strategy call. He managed to get his way back into his race after a poor opening 10 laps, and he managed to crawl his way back into it.
And he lifts the trophy.
Yeah, and that is the celebrations then for Roadrunner, celebrating with his team. He deserves this. He definitely deserves this.
Sprays. Wow, what a race. Congratulations to the Haas F1 team and Haas F2 team.
Absolutely, and that is your final standings for today. We thank you for joining in. It's been a pleasure commentating on today's race. As per usual, I'm guessing you'll see both of us at let's have a look. Next
if I'm
race.
not wrong, it might be Silverstone.
Yeah, might be F1 calendar. Yes, it is Silverstone. We'll join you at most at home race for the front leaders there. And that's going to be a cracking one. And we'll see you there next time. Very, very, very good. Thank you for tuning in. And see you next week.
Adios, people.